got, I wouldn't know anything about that. It's not sort of like our remit. We've got normally have an AV team, but I think they made them redundant. So we've got no AV team on site. And I happened to mention, have you seen Jurassic Park? And they were like, yeah. And I said, well, look, I know you're going to expect me to sort of like, shut this thing down by holding down the power button, but I don't want to be the Samuel L. Jackson in this, okay? Because, he ended up being just an arm. So, I don't want that.
Right.
So I don't know what's going to happen Sunday morning. I think it's all going to go terribly wrong.
I think we're back on now.
Are we?
Okay.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Woo!
Hey!
Thank goodness.
Woohoo!
Excellent.
Cool. So
Hey, we're back. It's just me browsing my phone there.
So we have Andy, we have Anne-Marie and Pete, and we also have Darren that has joined us as well.
I certainly have.
Yeah.
So
Round
Darren,
2,
I
Electric
have to
Boogaloo.
know,
Mm-hmm.
Have you already had back problems? Did you put your back out before the black dog even started, or are you just next on the list?
Wait, we need to give him some context, right? Because as listeners know, Elton has recently done his back in, and we know that Jim has previously done so, and we know Lee has done so. So that's everyone on the black dog except you, sir. Except for you. Now, are you merely a pillar of vital health, a shining example of a male Adonis, if you will, or are you just so old but you actually did it before you started recording?
Do you know, right? But there was a point where I don't know what I was doing, but I took a sharp intake of breath and I did my back in, just breathing in. That's how old I am. I'm not joking. I shit you not. I went, ooh, like that. It kind of reminds me of the time when I laughed at my brother for taking a really crap shot at Paul and I shit myself. But, yeah, because that was funny. I went, oh. And then he wet himself laughing because of what I did.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of the time when I have a bit of a twinge in the back, it's because I'm doing something like just existing. I could reach up to scratch my nose, and if I breathe just at the wrong point, I don't know, something happens.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, that was a really bad idea. That was a really bad idea. So, I don't know. I did have a bit of a problem with my back at one point, but no, I don't think I've really incapacitated myself. But I mean, bad backs are not my thing. I've got my thing is I've got a really odd kind of migraine. Happens to me. I don't feel any pain with it, right? But what happens is suddenly everything looks like a broken jigsaw puzzle. I thought I was having a fucking brain hemorrhage.
Yeah.
And
I smell toast.
Yeah, is it? Can I spell toast? Can I spell toast? But no, it turned out you can. It's like the center of my vision started fading.
Yeah.
So I couldn't focus on stuff. I had to look to the side of it to be able to see it.
Do you get the glittery lights as well, like sparkly lights that you can't look at? So because every time you turn your eyes, they move as well.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. And also, if I'm in a certain sort of light, it really makes my eyes go funny when I'm going through that.
Yeah.
And then it's about half an hour, and then I'm fine. But the first time that happened, I thought that was it. I thought, this is it. I'm going. I'm either having a stroke or I'm having a brain hemorrhage.
Yeah.
This is it. Or they're dragging me out of the Matrix. One of the three. I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to get migraines a lot. Thankfully, I don't anymore. But visual disturbances were a big part of the migraine, and it's just fucking freaky and horrible.
I didn't know that.
Hate migraines. Incidentally, if anyone's interested, I have Amos has made an appearance. Just down there. He spazzes out if I pick him up, so I won't be doing that. No. But there's Amos.
Oh, obviously named after the Mr. Wilkes's mate from Emmerdale Farm.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what we went for.
Exactly. Yeah, Mr. Wilkes. No, then Amos.
Yes. Now, Anne-Marie was asking me a question in the green room about That thing.
Yes. What is it? What's that? Show.
Okay.
It's mold. He's got a real bad moisture problem in his house.
So this is something that I was building over lockdown. This is the helmet from Sandman, which is a comic series. So I'll bring it over there so you can all see.
That's impressive.
Yes, and I built that. I was going to wear it as an elaborate Halloween costume because we planned a big Halloween party. And then about a week before Halloween, we had lockdown too, so that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yes, so I built this. This is 3D printed, and this is foam with googly eye rivets, just for down. Googly eye.
Ah, yes, there we go.
And that used to be a spine from a medical examination dummy. You know, one of those things which hangs up in the
you just
corner.
It back.
Well, back in silver and stuff. But yeah.
And
incidentally,
tell the truth, mate. It's from one of your many victims. You know that.
Shh. But I was going to say, there's so much detail in this. I am reasonably sure it was cast from a real spine. Nice. There's detail in there that no one would model into it. So yeah.
It is a real spine.
Yeah. And the eyes I quite like. The eyes, you can see, are very reflective.
Yeah.
They're from a set of Morpheus sunglasses from The Matrix that I cut the lenses out of. So yeah. But that is what that is from. So
that's awesome.
That is terrific.
A pair of Morpheus sunglasses. I mean, that's quite relevant, considering
it's Morpheus.
Yeah, exactly. Considering
it
is actually the King of Dreams and stuff.
And another little show and tell. This was your father's weapon, and he wanted you to have this. Yes, it's your father's lightsaber.
Nice.
Which I built. And this is very special. If you're really into props and prop collecting, this is actually made from a Graflex camera flash. I don't know if you can make that out now, but it's the same as what the actual prop in the film was made from. These are like hen's teeth found in rocking horse shit. Yep. So I was very lucky to be able to get one of those. So yes, this is one of my favorite little things right now.
You sir have a what they call a holy grail prop right there.
Yeah.
Yes, and as Luke does, I'm gonna
look straight down it. Look directly at it.
Yep.
Where were we on the map?
So I had to do an A.
You had to do an A, yes.
Map? What map?
So
this is what happens when you miss meetings.
Yeah.
So it's countries, and Darren, what it is that someone says a country, and then you have to think of a country beginning with the last letter of the country they just said.
Okay.
We have a board.
One of the difficulties with A's is nearly all the countries beginning with A end in A.
Oh, yeah, they do actually. Because I'm thinking Antigua, no.
Yeah.
Australia,
yes.
no.
Australia, no.
Albania,
Andorra,
no.
yeah. So
Mongolia, no.
Africa, no.
America, no.
Argentina,
no.
Yeah. So I'm going to go for one of them, and then we can just do a round of A's until we run out if need be.
Yeah, go for it. So we was on an A, were we?
Yes. So I'm going to go for Albania.
Oh, now I've got to find this on the bloody map. Albania. I'm sure.
Was it Lithuania we had before?
It's Eastern.
Yeah, we had Lithuania before. Yeah, we've done that one.
It's your Baltics, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Albania. Armenia? Azerbaijan. We've already done Azerbaijan. Afghanistan, we've done.
So if it's not an A, it's the N they end in.
Yeah.
Albania. Where? I can't.
Okay. I could be wrong, but I think it's not far from Turkey. So try finding Turkey.
Oh yeah, I've got Turkey.
Or is it near Italy?
What was?
It's right by Greece.
Albania, was it?
And Italy. You find Italy and Greece.
Got it.
And it's kind of in the middle.
Italy's the one that looks like a football boot.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
go right from Italy.
Oh, hang on. Here we go. Albania, number 15. Right there it is.
You've got
Is there a key on the bottom of that map?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
All this time.
It's for the smaller countries.
Oh, bless.
So the problem then is Albania ends in
Yeah.
A. So I know loads of countries beginning with A, but I'm throwing the floor open. Anyone else know a country beginning with
Darren,
A?
go for it.
Antarctica.
That's a continent.
Yes. I don't know. Geography was never my strong point.
It's not mine either.
Even if it wasn't, you surely remember the Animaniacs.
I do.
Oh God, that's
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google this. I am so shit.
If you are Googling it, if you find one that doesn't end in A, you win.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
There's only two which don't end in A, and we've already done them both.
Okay.
Right. You've done Afghanistan, haven't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 minute. No, that's Austrian Empire. There you go.
Austria. Okay.
No, Austrian Empire.
That's history.
Which hasn't
Don't
existed
exist
since
anymore, mate.
1918.
Shut up.
Austria will do. We'll go with Austria.
Okie dokie.
Okay. No, that ends with A,
It
doesn't
does.
So then, okay, Andy, name a country beginning with A.
Well, Australia.
Okay.
Hang on.
But as I said, they all end in A except for two we've already
Well,
done.
let's
There's
do them
only
all.
two countries that begin with A
Okay.
but don't end in A.
Right. Okay. We've got Australia. I'm
Yeah,
going
you
to
think-
go with. Oh, Alaska. Jesus Christ, Elwin.
That's a
I know
state.
it's a state. God, I partially said it, and then I was like, no, bring it back. Argentina. There we go.
Okay.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
You stole it. Azerbaijan.
We've done that one.
Yeah.
Andorra.
When the ball hits the net, you can pretty well bet it's Andorra. Yeah, trying to find it now.
It's tiny.
It's teeny tiny.
So it's probably on your little list.
Right, okay. Andorra. I can't find it.
It's in Europe somewhere.
It is. Got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Hey!
Guys, it is teeny tiny.
Yeah.
It is teeny tiny. There we go.
Sort of Spanish, isn't it?
Yeah. Near Spain.
There we go. Because now we're all in the A's, and we're not going to get out of A's now, are we?
No.
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 So just pick a B.
Okay, no, we can do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Do you want to pick a B, Elwin?
Yeah. Bolivia.
No!
That's not necessarily the most intelligent one to go for.
Okay. Let's go with Bahamas.
That ends in S. Okay.
Who's next?
I know.
Bring the chat up in case anyone's put anything in the chat for S. No,
Nope.
nobody has. Okay.
I bet
S.
they all ran away.
I got one.
Right. Go on.
San Marino.
Ooh, nice one.
There you go. Yeah, it's. I'll tell you what, it's terribly hard getting all these when you've got a Google page open with every single country listed against its sort of like first letter.
Oh, look,
So yeah, it's,
with all the globe.
So, country beginning with O. Isn't there one called Oman? Oman? In the Middle East?
yes, he is. Yes,
It would be
Yes.
the only one.
Oh, I've just seen Trump's home country here. Where he comes from, Orange Free State. There you go.
Oh, I'm on. There he is. Got it.
So, we want one beginning with N and not Nicaragua because that ends in A.
The Netherlands. But
Netherlands, yep, ends in S.
while we're doing that, earlier on, Darren,
Yes.
we were reenacting that scene from Jaws where we all gather around the bench drinking and telling stories about our scars and the exciting medical dramas. So you must join the circle and tell us of an interesting scar that you have received.
An interesting scar. One that I still done have today, which I'm looking at right now,
Netherlands
actually.
in Europe, Elton.
I'm just trying to teeny tiny again. Yeah, somewhere in there.
It's by Amsterdam,
I know, but
don't you
that's
know?
the thing, because it's... Hang on, right. So...
It's over there. It's next to Germany.
I'm just trying to find it, because...
It's just over.
Head up
It's like
from Belgium.
45-minute flight.
I'm looking at it there. Netherlands. There it is. There we go. I get confused.
So,
Yeah,
no one
we can
begins.
put the map away.
away.
For a minute,
Thank
because
you.
We're going to fall into. We fall into the A trap, and Darren is going to regale us now with a tale of medical woe.
Okay. Well, I've got 2 scars which are actually visible. If you look carefully, you can find them. I've got one on my right hand, where the actual the thumb. If you get right onto the palm there, where the thumb joins the palm, that fleshy bit there. Yeah, whatever that's called. What is that? Is that like the Mount Olympus or some bollocks?
It's the bit to work out how tender your steak is.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Well, the first one, what it was, near where I used to live, they had this green, and on it they had a area of it fenced off so that people could play football in there and stuff like this. Anyway, I climbed up that fence when I was little, and I leapt off of the top of it. And when I landed, I put my hand straight on a shard of glass.
Ouch!
And it went straight through. And I just pulled it up and looked at it. I went, oh, I've got a cut. And it actually just sliced straight into that part of my hand. So I've got the scar from that. And then on my head, somewhere on the top, right on the top of my forehead there, many, many thousands of years ago, again, when I was little, I got into a fight with someone. And rather than just, playing Queensberry rules and stuff, they attacked me with a table tennis bat and clocked me right on the forehead, right there. And it split that open. And I just remember the one memory I have from that bit is just seeing red, literally seeing red, because it all bled into my eyes.
From a tabletop mat, table tennis.
Yeah, this is it. But no, it was the blood ran down and went over my eyes and everything, and I just couldn't see. I just said it was just this blur of red, and I remember screaming as well because it fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one more injury, more of a comedy one actually. It's not so much I had a scar, but it's the sort of the way I had to position myself to stop the pain. In London, they had this. I don't know if anybody remembers the Trocadero.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Alien War did an entire podcast.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. They had an amusement for anybody that doesn't know. They had an arcade in there with all arcade machines.
Oh, Dance Revolution downstairs.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And they also had a punch bag, right? Okay, one of those ones where you hit it as hard as you possibly can and try and make the fucking thing fly straight up, and you get a certain score for it, for however hard you hit it. Now, what I was told was when you punch something like that, you're supposed to curve inwards, right? You're not supposed to hit it straight on. So I didn't curve inwards. I actually hit it straight on. So my arm went out straight. It locked as it hit the ball, and it pushed all the bones together, right? So it bruised the bones. Now, I didn't feel anything to begin with, but slowly my arm started hurting, right? So I'm sat in a cinema after this. I think it was like Tank Girl, I think I went to see. And
what a film to go see.
Exactly. Right. I went and watched it. What can I say? I went by myself. I had nowhere to go with it. At the time,
second best comic book film of 1995.
What was the first one? You're going to say Howard the Duck, aren't you?
Well, I was going to say 1995. These are the ones I can think of top of my head. You had Batman Forever.
Oh, good Lord.
You had Judge Dredd, and you had Tank Girl.
Yeah, Tank Girl was definitely the cream of the crop there. So yeah, slowly the pain started getting worse, and I had to take myself off to like the A&E to find out what the fuck I'd done to myself. But to stop the pain, I had to actually lift my arm up at an angle like that, like so. It's literally like I know it's this is great for radio. This, I had to literally I had to bend my arm at the elbow, of course, but I had to lift the arm right up like that. So I had to walk around like this to stop the pain. It was the only way the pain. So you can imagine me walking around Bromley around about 11 o'clock at night like this, like some fucking crazy person. So yeah, I mean they gave me painkillers for it in the end, but fuck me, it hurt.
Yeah.
That Trocadero.
The important thing is though, Ozzy went on stage and gave a great show.
I did, yes.
A man to death with his own shoe.
And I gave the greatest karaoke performance of my life. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that Trocadero.
What was the great? What did you sing for the greatest karaoke performance of your life?
No, I'm joking. I'm just going.
No, just as a general. Look, it's a Shonky lab. We're all over the shop. So what is the greatest karaoke performance you've ever given? I'm not asking you to do it. What is it?
I think it was Somebody to Love by Queen, and I got the high pitch bit. You know, the when it builds up and it does a somebody to, and it goes right up, and that was only like
someone suddenly go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was like 3 years ago, I think it was. No.
Didn't that get videoed? There was a video of that, wasn't it, of that night?
No, there wasn't. No, this was. I was at this. What was it? It's like a. What the hell's that?
What? Oh, is that from the? Is that a deleted scene from The Matrix?
I think it must be.
Is Peter and two colleagues from Vicar Training School, cassocks as the Men in Black.
Oh.
Doing
Please tell me there's video of that.
Rapping and everything, doing Men in Black. From
okay.
Circa 1998.
I've got to tell you, I loved Darren's 50th, which while it was only last year, feels like it was a million years ago.
Exactly.
The Black Dog Boys singing Bohemian Rhapsody was fucking amazing.
I thought that was a highlight of our entire career. I mean, out of everything, forget the podcast. It was as if we trained ourselves. It was just as if we come together for just that moment. That was what it led up to.
I'm gutted, Bo, we didn't get to do our duet of Sean Connery singing Yellow Submarine. But next time.
Or shitting on the dock of a bay.
And the land where I was born, I lived a man who sailed the sea, and he told us of his life in a silent submarine.
Hot in the shitty tonight.
You realise this is just a preview for Tuesday on the Black Dog. You should go and listen to Black Dog this Tuesday, but it's just going to be that.
It is. It's just going to be bad. Yes. That's all it's going to be. Yeah.
You guys realise though you missed. There was an open goal there. You should have done The Man Who Would Be King, because then you got Sean Connery and Michael Caine.
Yeah, we would have, but it's not free. That's the thing, you see. It's not free on. No, we have to stick to that to keep everybody kind of joining in and watching along. It's so people don't have to spend large amounts of cash buying some obscure bloody film that we've seen that is this is an obscure film that none of us have watched, and you can acquire it for 300 quid off of eBay.
Yeah. Look,
and then we watch it. It's like,
saying,
that was a pile of old shit.
But all I'm saying is, if you did that, one of you could be doing Michael Caine impressions, while the other does Sean Connery.
Yeah. That particular one is an amazing film. I absolutely love it. But I completely understand when there's so many people on furlough and everything else going on. I completely understand the whole "it's got to be free" thing.
Yeah, people pay enough for bloody streaming services as it is, So we try and stick to that simple rule of if it's readily available on that, then anybody can watch it. That's it. They can just
someone
go
needs
ahead
to get onto Amazon and get it on there.
Well, there was talk of doing the Untouchables as well, but once again, that wasn't on Amazon or on Netflix either. So,
well, you know, it's
if you try and plan it too much in advance, they bloody well take it off as well. Don't
they do. They know.
I'm looking at you, Blade Runner. I'm looking at you, damn it.
Well, yeah, that happened on Blade Runner, didn't it? It was all planned up, and then it came to the weekend before recording, and for some reason, I decided, do you know what? I'm going to watch this a little bit earlier just to get it in because I might need 2 watches of this. And it disappeared. It's like, oh, hang on. Lit the beacon. Let everyone else know. It's like, oh, bollocks.
Well, you see, what I find is a big shame is that we never got a film that starred Michael Caine, Sean Connery, Sir Ian McKellen, and Morgan Freeman, because I think we would have that would have set us up on the. We could have had one each. Then. Oh, maybe a guest appearance by David Bowie or something like that. You know.
Christopher Walken. Christopher
Walken. Yeah.
That should have happened, shouldn't it? What a shame.
He's an asshole. Yeah.
It needs more cowbell.
Who's the other guy? I forget his name. We did a film last year, I think it was, and Kirk Douglas was in it. It's the one on the boat.
And that was it down.
Yeah. Kirk Douglas was in it, and it was. You always do the impression.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
It might have been
James Mason.
James Mason.
Yeah. James Mason. Is it James Mason or is it
Would you like
Captain
to taste
Nemo?
the back of my hand?
You, sir, you're a fool. He's with Kirk Douglas. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll tell you what, one of my favourite Kirk Douglas films, and we had this as a history lesson at school, is The Vikings. Him and Tony Curtis, because back then, you know, the Vikings had 50s haircuts, and like Brill cream was a big thing in the Nordic areas then. It really was.
Yeah. When I was at school, we watched Flatliners in RE. We watched
really?
Because you do. And the RE teacher got so worried because there was a couple of sex scenes. He was like, the tape goes a bit fuzzy in this, so I'm just going to fast forward it through this because showing 14-year-olds people having sex is probably not right, is it? So
because you're all just going.
Oh, he sat there going, no, don't. We know exactly when the sex bits are coming up. I was like, what are you doing? We know exactly what you're doing.
And that's when you find out that part of the film is actually the tape's quite worn anyway on that. It's like, oh, yeah, sir. What's going on? Why is that bit worn out then? It's like somebody's played that scene over and over again for some reason.
Elton,
I've no idea.
For the new house, you know what you need to find? Yes. You need to find a place where you can buy one of those old AV cabinets from the school where you can wheel the TV into the living room and then open up the sunshades.
To work.
Now, what you need is, right, you need a Ferguson Video Star, right, where it's got buttons like fucking diving boards, you know, those things where it sounds like RoboCop starting up when you switch the fuck me, who switched on the battle mech? You know, it's that kind of thing.
You are watching an inappropriate television show. You have 5 seconds to comply.
Yeah, it's you know, that's never one for watching porn while you're still living at home. That one is at 2 o'clock in the morning.
It always sounds louder as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you know you try and push the buttons and it's ka-chunk.
Yep. I'll just push this VHS in very quietly. And he sat there going, shush, shush.
You have put in porn. You have 20 seconds to finish. Not a problem. 20 seconds. Well, what am I going to do with the other 10? I don't know.
Rewind it. Be kind and rewind.
Re-record, not fade away.
Yes, indeedy. But there you go. So, the video for the Ferguson Video Star. Oh, what happy memories I have of that. Try to program in recording TV programs as well, which got the big buttons on it. You have to press to get the timer to go off. Because I mean, that was the one that my granddad first. He bought when they first came out. My granddad actually rented one of these great big, massive things. I mean, they were like, there's a monolith, this thing with a door on it that you put tapes in. So yeah, I've many, many happy memories of going around to my nan and granddad's watching movies on there.
Do you guys all remember Video Plus? You know, when you used to get the TV guide and you'd have a code that you'd have to plug in. But, you know, obviously if something overran, you know, you completely know. Many a time football. Star Trek was not recorded. It was snooker.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wimbledon.
snooker. Yeah.
Do you know what? I want a sci-fi event to overrun so it interrupts the fucking football. That's what I want to do. In my world, that's what would happen on a regular basis. In fact, it would interrupt it so much you just wouldn't have any. So,
Elton, when you edit this together, you know when you get the bit between the end of the first half and the second half, you should have the little black and white chevrons in the top corner.
Oh yeah,
beforehand.
They
so
would
people
be,
know that the adverts
they would be there, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a little black and white square, wasn't it, that appeared?
Yeah. Like the little chevrons would come through, and then you knew the adverts were coming.
Do you still? Don't
forget the pink triangle as well. Yeah, the pink triangle for something. I think it was like, you know, this is a dodgy scene or something. What was the pink triangle they used to put on TV?
Pink triangle.
I'm pretty sure it was a pink triangle or something.
I remember the little circle, like the change the reel type circle.
Hold on. Let's Google this right now. TV pink.
On the chat, Lee Stringer says he remembers watching clips of a movie on 8mm. So, dang, Lee, you old.
Right. Pink
but he does remember the triangle. And that tracks because Darren is also old, so yeah, it makes sense. And then Jack Woodgate says...
Oh, it's the red snooker triangle.
The snooker was the bane of his existence when he was setting up the tape for Buffy or DS9. Of course, Anne-Marie wouldn't care. She'd be fine either way.
Yeah, I wanted both. That was the thing. What I wanted was snooker on a different channel, and then, you know, wouldn't matter. Or ideally different times, because back in them days you couldn't watch one thing and record another. I didn't want to clash. Have you told them about our video recording?
Well, yeah, the first video recording we had was cheap, so the time never worked. So we were back when, was it Channel 4 was showing Babylon 5?
Oh,
all over the shop as well. Yeah,
ridiculous hours of in the first thing, 1 o'clock in the morning. So we'd literally have to set the alarm to wake up to press record on the video recorder, so we didn't miss Babylon 5.
And sometimes we were up anyway, so we thought, fuck it, let's watch it. Because we were up anyway. Nice. Hey! PPG, nice.
Little PPG, yeah. Look, even the cap cover. No, it doesn't. The cap used to come out, it's stuck now.
It's funny the sort of things we do as cosplayers and think, oh man, that's a really neat little feature. Look what I've just done there. I've got a cap on my PPG there. It comes out. Look at that, a special. Right?
Not anymore, it don't.
And it's like, do you ever get anybody approach you at a convention and go, you know what, mate, I think your costume's brand, but if the cap doesn't come out your PPG, I don't want to fucking know. I don't want to take a photograph of you. And you're in luck, actually. The cap does come out of my PPG. And it's like,
What? Okay.
Exactly.
What are the worst things that have happened while you've been cosplaying then?
The worst things that have happened while I've been cosplaying.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a few stories, haven't you, Darren?
My crotch has fallen out. That was pretty bad.
Well, there was a time.
Is that the one I had to glue?
Yep.
Okay.
Crotch you had to glue. Wow.
You had to glue her crotch.
What? Yep.
Oh,
ain't adding no more to it. Use your imagination, folks. But
it's got nothing to do with cosplaying, is it? That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah,
and it held for the rest of the day after that as well. I was quite impressed.
Yeah, after that it was absolutely fine, no problem. But yeah,
well, it's nothing worse than a dropped undercarriage. But yes. What was the? Let's see. The worst things have happened to me while cosplaying. Right. Well, I don't know. This was way back when I first started doing it. It was actually while dressed as a Psychop, actually, or a member of the Psychop, way back in the 90s, when we did like the biggest. I think it was like a little while after we'd done the biggest Babylon 5 convention in Blackpool. We were back in London. We were at a place called Page's Bar. Right,
I don't know if
Page's Bar, I love that place. Right, they had a big model of the Enterprise. It was a sci-fi bar, right? Just sci-fi fans went there. It was just a lovely place. They
Do you know what happened to that model? Is that the Enterprise that's now in Forbidden Planet, or?
I think so. Yeah,
I think
could
so.
be.
I wanted their carpet though, because their carpet was the com badge, wasn't it? Just the repeat of the com badge. It was silvery on blue carpet. I wanted their carpet.
Someone needs to open a new Page's Bar, damn it.
Yeah, they do. But anyway, sorry, back to the story. Yes. So, in there, me and Lee were in there dressed in the Psychor uniforms. And we've gone to the loo, right? Okay. And Lee's gone to the urinal. Well, as he stood there, I'm stood there washing my hands. And this bloke in a Star Trek uniform has walked up to him, while Lee's got his knob in his hand, having a wee. And the bloke just looked at him. He stood there and it's like, while Lee's having a piss, and he's gone, "You're not really psychic, are you?" And it's just like, what the fuck? Seriously? So, yeah, more awkward than terror. He actually, I looked at him and he's just turned around and looked at me like
proper deadpan, serious.
Yeah, he's just like, are we actually here? Do we have like too many sugars in our tea or something? So yeah, there's that, being approached by a Star Trek fan in a toilet,
urinal,
as you do. In a urinal. And I have been to the loo with some famous people as well, by the way. I went to the loo without knowing it. I went to the loo with Blake from Blake 7.
Nice.
Actually, there was I was at the biggest Babylon 5 convention, and I stood there, and it's like there's a guy who's dressed as Blake, right? And I turned to him and I said, as he was leaving, I went, "Oh, it's a really good Blake costume there." And he went, "Oh, thanks very much." Turned out it was actually him. He was there as a surprise for was it JMS? Old Straczynski himself.
Wow.
Yeah, he was there to present him with an award.
Oh, wow.
And he walked on stage and I'm like, fuck, I've just been for a piss with him. There you go. Sci-fi geekdom. Marvellous. Wonderful.
I did tell Jamie Bamber he had the best Jamie Bamber costume ever at MCM a couple of years ago.
Did you? And how did he react to that?
Very unimpressed.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, there you go.
Did you know it was Jamie Bamber at the time?
Well, it was at the Fox's Bar at MCM, and he was there, and I was just walking by, and I just went, "That's the best Jamie Bamber costume I've seen all day."
Lovely.
I take it he wasn't in his airborne kit. It was more like a Battlestar Galactica kit instead.
Well, it was just, in his civvies. If he'd been in his hornblower gear, though, that would have been much cooler. But, never mind.
Well, he dresses in that normally anyway. He goes down a shop in that. He does his weekly Tesco shop, dressed in his hornblower costume.
Well, any excuse to wear tights, but,
Yeah, exactly.
If you know, you know.
Whatever happened to Jamie Bamber anyway?
He's in another show at the minute, isn't he? What's it called?
Is he?
It's not a sci-fi one, so I don't know. But
I only know him from two things.
I know one, so you're beating me.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I must admit, when I saw like Battlestar Galactica is the only real thing I know him from. But you say hornblower, okay, I'll believe you.
See, I'm a hornblower.
No.
more of a sucking action, to be fair.
No, shut this down now.
Yep.
We're losing the internet.
We're going through a tunnel.
Fun times. Anne-Marie, what did you do for your birthday?
The day was mostly shit because work.
Okay.
And then my mum come round and we had a curry in the evening. That was good. And because my day had been shit, I had decided I had the mental age of 4. So we watched Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon.
Which is actually really good.
So I've heard.
I was turning 4. That was kind of where I was at, basically. But the day after was good. I had the day off. And we went to an aquatics place and got me some more fishies for my fish tank. And they're funky fishies and they look cool.
Nice.
And I like them. And they're doing.
I thought, that was the week before. The week before we went to the seaside, just before lockdown, didn't we?
Yeah.
And to Botany Bay, which is an actual
place.
Exactly.
Oh no!
And the weirdest thing was
we've got to get out of here. Hurry!
We
Hurry!
Left kids behind.
Check out. What are you?
Hurry! And we took the dogs with us. So the dogs were the kids for the day. Surreal.
We took the dogs out for the day and left the kids behind.
Oh,
nice.
The dogs to the beach.
To be fair, I went to Botany Bay in Australia and I did exactly the same thing there. And Amber's looking at me like, I've got 3 heads all of a sudden. But, you've got to do it. You got to do it.
But we had a really nice meal, didn't we? In the pub. I had a very nice pint of beer. But yeah, so that'd been the week before, and we was very glad we did it because we meant we got to go to a pub in the few days before the lockdown.
I haven't been since January.
That was when we met up, wasn't it? Okay.
Yep.
What's that? To a pub.
In terms of how well they're doing with the whole
same
you safe or whatever. So you went to our local and.
Yeah, there was somebody very pissed. I mean, it was really well organised, but because the person was very pissed, they were just going around hugging everybody. It was like, okay, bye.
Whereas the one we normally go to for food, because they do good pub grub, on Welling High Street, the Nag's Head, they've been really good. The tables are really well separated. So, as and when we're allowed down the pub again, we go in there, we're going to have a meal and a few beers. Because it is, I don't see that it is unsafe. I get that some pubs are, don't get me wrong, but that one is fine.
A ratchet's all dusty.
You have a dusty ratchet?
I do have a dusty ratchet.
Let me
Euphemism.
That's what she said.
I've run out of cider.
Oh, no.
Oh, you got that sort of ratchet. Hang on, I've got a...
Masterpiece ratchet.
I've got a dusty Megatron.
Oh, there we are.
Gonna get my cider. Do you want this?
You're not touching my Scorponok piss.
Okay.
No way.
It's very dusty.
That is dusty. I can see that.
Yeah, I've got a thing that's dusty. Hold on.
Are we getting our dusty
I've got an
things
entire
out
shelf.
now?
I've got a dusty Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That is pretty dusty. I have an entire shelf of dusty starships, which they're just staying there. But yeah.
You know what
It's
the best
awkward
thing
to
about
dust.
that is? It's got a pimp version of Lando Calrissian in it because he's got the cane with the big diamond on it in that one.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I have a dusty
Indeedy.
guitar and a dusty telescope in front of me, but I'm not getting them down. Means climbing over wires and stuff like that.
Is there anything else I've got that's dusty? I've got a dusty Batmobile as well.
We could play Name That Starship and see if I've got a model on the shelf, because odds are I probably do.
Dusty Vader and a dusty Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bubblehead Vader. Bubblehead Wolverine.
For people,
They are
for people listening to the actual podcast of this, what things have you got that are dusty? Please email at shonkylab@gmail.com.
So Amos has just crawled on the bed and decided to bury himself under the duvet where my wife is trying to sleep. So, you know.
Lee Stringer in the chat says Dusty Bin. Now,
3, 2, 1.
now that brings up sidekicks on game shows and TV, doesn't it?
Does.
Oh yeah.
We have a Dusty Bin. We got one upstairs. We use it for the laundry.
Why don't I have any alcohol?
Oh, it's got melted. Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know how. We melted
I think
it.
I put pipe ash in it and it melted.
That would explain it. Yeah.
I'm going to go and get some alcohol. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, there's a free drink minimum here. Thank you very much.
I'm on my 5th, I think.
Well, that's good.
What other game show sidekicks were there?
Well, there was Bully, wasn't there?
Yeah, although he was a bit two-dimensional.
What was the one on Catchphrase, the yellow thing?
Mr.
Chips.
Yeah.
There you go, Mr. Chips. Say what you see. Say what you see. I mean, yeah, Mr. Chips doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember our kids watching that. They go, oh, God, turn it off.
They don't have them sort of shows anymore, do they? They were. Oh, it's great.
No, they probably do. We just don't
That's
watch
true,
them.
yeah.
They're just on like some hidden channel, you know. It's like,
You can watch all the old ones on Challenge, and our kids do.
Yeah. Now there's a channel I haven't visited since they didn't show the final of Going for Gold. I never learned who won the
Going for gold.
yeah, I never learnt who won the actual tickets to go see the Olympic Games in Seoul, which was a shame. I followed it all the way through from the very first one. I think I must have missed recording it or something like that, but yeah.
Because they sold Takeshi's Castle on there, as well as Catchphrase, the Supermarket Sweep, and
do they have Challenge Annika?
I don't know, but I remember that show.
Challenge Annika. Oh yeah.
With the sound man, who I can't remember, was Dave the Sound Man, I think it was.
Yeah.
Treasure Hunt.
Sorry.
That was her one.
Well, there was Treasure Hunt first, and then Challenge Annika, where she drive around in this massive Arctic lorry
Yeah.
and just lay waste to all before
Wouldn't she
her.
go out in a helicopter as well?
Woodgate, Crystal West. That was Treasure Hunt.
Yeah.
Cheers, people.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's good, man. I've got a bottle of old moot or mount, whatever the hell it is.
I have one of those waiting for me downstairs. I might go and get it in a second. But Jack Woodgate says Crystal Maze with old Richard O'Brien.
Come on, team.
Mumsy.
Yes, I remember them. And you'd be shouting at the people who were being really, really stupid.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and how rubbish they were at getting stuff.
Didn't they do a live version of that, like one you could go and take part in?
Yes, recently they did that.
Yeah.
I
thought it was the same guys that did the War for Worlds thing.
I'm not
They
sure.
do a kids version as well with the guy from the It Crowd.
Yes, they did.
Oh yeah. Was it Richard Ayoade?
Yeah, but I don't know that it was called the Crystal Maze. I think it might have been called something else, but it was the same principle.
Well,
of course, who could forget Nightmare, of which Darren himself?
I was going to say I have a
part.
video, and I got the audience laughing. Yes, indeed, especially when I kind of went off script a bit there.
You mean you could go left, you can go right.
No, not that bit. It's just they had like this. Was it? I'm stood with this person who's pretending to be like a merchant or something, and I have to buy something from their shop, and I didn't know I was supposed to pick up all the animals, so I just chose one, which was the squirrel. And you want to break up all the animals? And I went, yeah, because that's how I roll, or something like that. But yeah, I had a good laugh.
What? So you played Nightmare?
That was fun. Yeah, I've actually got a video of me. I almost won, right? If I hadn't walked into the fucking set, right? Because I've got the helmet on. I can't see what the fuck I'm doing.
Hang on. So what? On actual TV as a youngster?
It was at Nine Worlds. It was
Nightmare Live.
Nightmare Live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've got a bloke who's recreated it, and the guy who does the who plays the dungeon master in that is very good. He's got a great voice. He's
no Traeger, but he is good.
He's good though. He's got the same sort of thing about him. He's quite a presence. And that was fun. That was an awful lot of fun.
That was the same year where me and two others ran on stage as the Spanish Inquisition, which no one expected.
That one. No, nobody did.
I have on my phone the heart rate monitor thing before that, and if you look at it, right before we go up on stage, it spikes. And I showed it to a friend who's a nurse, and he says, "If I saw that on a ECG, I'd admit you to hospital."
Yes.
It was worth it, but
Well, you never know how the audience is going to react, do you?
Not really. In Nine World, you don't.
Exactly. Just say one wrong thing, and that's it, mate. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
We're talking great
fun times.
Those shows like that, the adventure game. Back when
Gronda.
Yes, that's what I wanted to be on.
Indeed. What was the currency they had in there? It was like hexagonal coins.
It was all bits of plastic, wasn't it, in different colours?
Yeah. What was it? You had to put them in the right box.
Yeah.
Oh,
or
goodness,
something.
yes.
And it was loads of stars like Noel Edmonds and John Craven and people like that. And like if they didn't make it through the final challenge was, they got left on the planet. And you were then wondering who was going to do John Craven's news round the
next day. Yes. It was.
What I wanted to be on was Funhouse.
Funhouse?
Funhouse or Pat Sharp?
It's a race, a cool
Pat Sharp.
The twins.
Pat Sharp's Funhouse. Funhouse.
Yes.
Twins, Basil. Twins.
Yeah, I wanted to be on that because with a lot of the quizzes I watched, they asked people the questions and I didn't know the answers. And I was like, I wouldn't do very well at that. But with Funhouse, I knew the answers to the question when I was watching at home. So I was like, I want to go on that because I can do that. I could manage that.
So all the questions
you just end up getting slimed anyway. Everyone did.
Crackerjack.
It weren't just about snooker.
Uh-huh.
Crackerjack is one I wanted to go on.
Sorry?
A Crackerjack.
Oh, Crackerjack!
It's Friday. It's 5 to 5, and it's Crackerjack. Yeah. Or Run Around with Mike Reed.
Oh God,
that's
terrible.
Run around, Winkle. Hey. No, not run around with your winkle out. I mean, just run around. It's a nickname. No, it's a name. No, honestly, it's a nickname.
The one
it's not a direction.
The one I always wanted to go on was it was the one with all the scrambler bikes. I forget the name of it though.
Oh, no, it was
Kickstart.
Yeah, Kickstart. It was Kickstart.
Or was that the game? Yeah.
Yep.
I used to love that, but I didn't have a motorbike.
We start on our rockery.
God.
Yeah.
Rockeries were deadly, weren't they?
Yeah. She was like, I don't know, 3 or 4.
I chipped a tooth on our rockery, so.
She was like 3 or 4. I'm not joking. She had a tricycle.
What parents decide that's a really good idea for a garden when you got kids? I know, we'll put a load of boulders out there. Just watch them trip. Crackers.
But it was way back then in the 80s when kids were a lot tougher. So, we were made of titanium back then. So, yeah.
And now we just put decking down, so it's just like an ice rink. So it's just as deadly nowadays.
Have you guys seen on Netflix that Floor is Lava game?
No, I've heard of it.
There's like a game show thing where the floor is lava and you have to kind of get across a room without falling into the lava. It's just coloured slime and all that, but it's very much in the spirit.
Had it been real lava, I'd be up for that. But
I imagine occupational health and safety might have had something to say about it.
They'll have to play that one in Argentina.
Yeah, you playing Quake perpetually in the lava.
I got minus scores in Quake because I ended up just being accidentally in the lava and killing myself. So I would kill no one else. I would just die regularly by accidentally stepping in the lava.
That's because you couldn't operate the control system.
No, because forwards and up and north are all the same thing. And if forwards and up and north are not all the same thing, I can't get it to work.
Yeah, I've got a question. I've got a question for everybody. So, You know how sometimes when you go out shopping, you go out with the intention of buying a thing or a certain set of things, and then you end up buying something completely fucking random. All right. So I've got this here. I don't know. I'm not quite sure why I bought them. Actually, I just felt as though I needed these.
Oh crap!
So I went to get some tea bags for my daughter, and I ended up buying a set of assorted hex keys for £1, and I don't know why.
Well, you never know when you might need a hex key. You know?
Exactly. So, what's the most random thing you've bought unintentionally?
Well, he's getting it. He's getting it. Bear with.
Oh, here we go.
Bought it last weekend, so it's current.
So nobody's,
you know them.
Nobody's done anything extreme like
Allen keys that you.
Oh, I can beat anything you guys bring to this table. Literally, I win this straight away.
Well,
I'll wait until Peter comes back.
He's going upstairs to get his thing. I think the most random thing I bought was I do drunk buying.
Oh God, yeah.
And I drunk bought fucking strong coffee, and that's literally what it's called. And I'd forgotten that that's what I'd done, and then it turned up at my house because that's what I'd ordered.
I end up buying music like that. I do drunk buying music.
Can you see?
What did you go out? But was it you were going out to buy a 3-piece suite, and then you bought a Doctor Who magazine?
On eBay last weekend, I've completely forgot I ordered this, and then it arrived a couple of days ago. Doctor Who monthly from February 1982.
Oh my word!
So this is worth purchasing.
Why did you buy that particular copy of the Doctor Who magazine?
I can't actually remember doing it.
Is it like episode 73 or something?
God, look at that.
I did ask if I could have the poster to wipe my arse with.
Why? Are you not a Peter Davison fan then?
It's Adric.
It's Adric.
Adric. Oh, well, whatever, you know. I always remember that episode where he snuffed it and they ended it with just the broken golden star.
Badge, yeah.
So this was a while ago, but I went to a motorcycle store to buy a visor, and then I ended up walking out with that.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
What, with a new phone?
No, the thing I'm showing you on the phone.
Okay.
You see that thing?
What, with a screen protector?
I ended up buying a bike, which I then had for 20 years, and I only sold a couple of months ago.
That's a small bike, that.
Wow.
It fit on my phone, as you can see.
Yeah.
But alas, I had to sell it because I don't ride it anymore because I live in London now, which means it is not as much fun.
I tend to just pop down to the local shop and just buy random things. I don't mean to.
Yeah, same here.
I'll pick up. I would go down there for, let's say, I don't know, some fizzy pop. I want to buy some fizzy pop.
Fizzy pop. You are a child of the 70s, my son.
Dandelion and burdock.
I go down there for some fizzy pop, and I come out with cat food, dishwasher tablets, dishwasher salt, some bread, and maybe like one of them snakes, like the jelly snakes. And like, I didn't go down for that. And all of a sudden, you spent 20 quid down there. You're like,
The really tragic thing is you don't even have a cat.
I don't have a cat anymore.
I'm gonna try and get Amos over here. He seems interested in the treats. So hang about. Bear with me a second.
You know what? We've got a Home Bargains near us, which is just round the corner, not very far, and it's like, I don't know. I just feel like Mr. Ben when I walk in there. Always something random. You know, I'm always buying something random in there. What's it? I popped in there the other day for something, and then I came out with 1,000 Lego bricks.
Ooh.
Not off-brand, plastic building
like the
blocks.
Lepin stuff. Not even that good.
Yeah, not even that. Well, no, they're pretty good. They're actually they're not bad. They're not bad, but they say 1,000 pieces on the box until you realise it's all those single fucking stud blocks that they put in there. So it's like, well, there's 1,000 bits in there. Yeah, but
you want to hear about that?
Completely useless.
was.
Oh, don't break it.
This was 1,969 pieces, which I'm pretty sure they did just in little stud box.
Yeah,
just
there you
so
go.
Say it was,
1,969.
Yeah.
How's your Hoff set going? What's the latest?
It's over the Peter for the Hoff set. What's the latest, Pete?
The Hoff update. Hoff report.
Exactly.
Do you want me to get my at out?
Yeah, go on.
No.
Yeah, out.
Euphemism. Again. That's 2 euphemisms. Directed at the same people. Get your at out. Go on.
Get your Imperial Walker out.
Oh, look at that.
I'm afraid Amos isn't feeling very cooperative today, so no Amos today.
Oh.
Okay.
That is a cool at-out, though.
Yeah, it is.
It is a thing of beauty.
He's already spent his Christmas money from my family because he's bought a Lego elf house.
Because you have to. Yeah.
A what? A Lego elf
house.
Yeah.
It lights up.
Is this Lord of the Rings?
What the fuck is a Lego?
No, it's just.
No, this is like Santa's elves.
Oh,
Comes with a reindeer and a sleigh, and it's really cool. Honest.
no, there's not even a Darth Vader wearing a Christmas jumper or anything like that in there, no?
No, definitely
No.
not. I think so.
But there's no spaceships in it, Pete. What are you feeling all right? There's no science fiction element to that at all.
Well, beyond the flying reindeer, though.
Well, but I don't know. That's magic. That's fantasy. You see, that's magic.
Lego magic.
Shit magic.
Did we ever release that?
What?
Yeah.
Shit magic with Oblong. Aye.
Can I tell you one of my favourite stories about Oblong? It was a few years ago, and we were all in the Chandos pub in London. And Darren was regaling us with some examples of Oblong and his shit magic.
Oblong was regaling you because Oblong is a totally separate entity. Thank you.
Oblong was regaling us with some shit magic. And there was, I think they were Polish, but there was a Polish couple and some other people who were suddenly enthralled with what was going on because they thought he was doing actual magic and were like paying attention. And
I am Oblong. I am as long as I am. Sure, or I don't know, some bollocks.
It was the magical disappearing pint trick he was doing at the time, which was
that's it. Yeah. Watch as I make this pint disappear. Oh Jesus! No, it's too gassy. It's too gassy.
And they were lapping this up, then, were they?
Yeah, they were.
They were.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was fantastic. It was great.
It's not so much street magic, it's sheet magic.
Not le sac.
Magique le merde.
Sac magique.
Le sac tragique.
They weren't the kinky couple that you told me about.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was the Imperial, and that was an entirely different evening.
Oh, yeah, that was a swingers thing, wasn't it? Then
swingers. Yeah.
Yeah,
The German swingers.
Really?
The leather chaps.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's that sort of like car keys in a bowl, and you're like, oh fuck me, I've got the mini metro again. It's that.
I think Pete got in trouble that evening from. I think Anne-Marie called him and gave him a bollocking.
What? No, shut up. What?
I think so.
He got in trouble.
I distinctly recall a phone call, and then there was a lot of kind of, oh dear.
I think I better go home now.
Well, the problem that I had with him, because it is, how like Lee does a thing of falling asleep on a train and ending up in like Margate or something.
Yes.
Well, Peter's thing is that he'll be pissed as fuck, and he's a priest, and not everybody is comfortable with priests being drunk, and he'll do things like go, "Yeah, that's my church," when he's really, really pissed. So I kind of worry about him travelling back on his own. I don't worry if there's someone with him. But if there isn't someone for him to travel with...
You see, I'd rather travel home on my own than travel home with you and get puked on.
There is that. There is that. Yeah.
That was a night.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Literally, I had to get home and have a shower. It was just...
I think it's payback.
I ruined your phone.
Yeah, that's payback for all the times you've been drunk and disorderly, Pete. That really is coming home from nights out with us.
Yeah.
And Anne-Marie's having to. I remember I used to live in Welling, so I was, I saw how that went.
You've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I've seen things you really wouldn't believe. But
it's the late night burger that you inhale. But
oh yeah.
Things you miss with this bloody lockdown.
Yeah.
Listen, there is that.
Once this lockdown is over and done with, and we've gone a few months, so all the idiots have gotten out of the way.
Yeah.
We need to go to a pub that's not the Imperial and just all get utterly blattered.
Yeah.
I think that's the first order of business, basically, isn't it? When we're all ready to go back, but. I've got to say, I think even if we're given the all clear, and even if we've got this vaccine that does work and we're all okay, I think psychologically, it's going to be like people who've been held hostage for a while. It's that whole thing of, is this real or is this a trick? It's that getting slowly back into it, isn't it? It's that. Mentally,
is this the real life or is this just fantasy?
Exactly.
Caught in a landslide with no escape from reality.
You see some stuff on Facebook now. It just seems like a million years ago.
Yeah.
Like
I'll just be like, "Yay, pub," and then I'll be drinking and I'll be fine. I mean,
I'm sure
he might be covered in puke, but I'll just be like, "Yay!" But I've worked out what it is that makes me sick. And it's the movement of the train. It's the movement of the train. So I've got to not eat. I've got to not go.
Or walk home.
No, I've got to not go. Let's go and get myself something to eat because I'm hungry, and then get on a train, and then the train moves, and I'm like, I've got to wait until, if I'm hungry, fine, but wait until either I get home, or at least I'm not on a fucking train, because that's what does it. It's the movement of the train. And the thing is, I don't know that it's going to happen. Like, when I barfed all over him, literally, I honestly thought I was going to yawn. That's what
you did, a technicoloured one.
Was that I was tired. And I opened my mouth thinking I was going to yawn, and the next thing I know, he's covered head to foot in vomit.
One of my favourite phrases is driving the porcelain bus. And I think that's basically what you were doing, or you would have done had you got home in time.
Yeah.
But you know what, Emery, you have to eat in London anyway, because Welling's shit for fast food restaurants anyway, right? I mean, forget the lockdown, right? It's like they shut before the pubs close. Round there. What's the use of that? You've got two choices. They used
Kebab best Kebab brackets not affiliated with Kebab.
Yeah, I think I upset one of the blokes in there once because he was being a bit of a knob.
Are you still banned from Subway?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so pissed off. It's like I built up points on the Subway card, right? And it's like, look, mate, I've earned my fucking free sandwich, and it was kind of, I did the scorched earth thing. They had the sandwich there, and they wanted me to pay for it, and then I just went. I think I said something like "fuck you" and just walked out, and that was it. And I never went back in because they wouldn't give me the free sandwich. The points were there. That's it. So it's like, what can I say? No, screw this. I'm gone. And I never went back there again. Ever.
Well, when this is all over, this year was meant to be finding a different pub instead of the Imperial, wasn't it? It was going to be our little...
It was, It was our mission, was to find the new Imperial.
Quest.
That was our mission.
The new Winchester.
And we went to that other pub. What was that pub that we went to up London?
The Sundowner.
Yeah, and that was all right. We wanted to try that out a couple of times.
Yeah. And there was also the other pub that sold the pies and everything, which we held the Black Dog Shindig, the Nelly Dean, which is a lovely pub.
Yep.
Great upstairs.
Was it the Royal George, the one up on Tottenham Court Road?
There was that. Yes, that's another good one.
That was out of there. Yeah.
The Sundowner. Where's that one?
It's on. It's just off of Covent Garden. I don't think you've been to that one yet, but we tried it a few times, and that had been really good.
Yeah.
The problem I don't know if it does ale though, so that's always.
It was all right if you'd hired the room upstairs, but if you haven't and someone else has, there's not a lot of room in it downstairs.
No, there isn't. But well, I still think it's a really good pub. I think that the decision to keep going back there was a good one. I've got some good memories there.
If you haven't got upstairs, it's small.
Yeah, very tiny, but it's still better than that other place that we went to. The pub that's got a bloody alleyway split in the middle of it.
What was
the
that
hell's
one?
That called? Charing Cross.
The Red Pub.
Ship and Shovel.
The shit and shovel. That one.
The Ship and Shovel, which we are never allowed to go back to again because they messed around the shindig. Yeah,
they did. They what is it? That we booked it in, and they were like, "Yeah, fine." I think Lee paid some money towards it, and then we got that. It was about a week away, and they went round and said, "Oh, yeah, well, we're doing some building works now. We've decided that we're just going to do that." It's like, well, thanks for telling us. You could have looked at your diary, and just told us that this was going to happen, but they didn't. And then
we have it in there one year, and it was good, and it was the second year that it was.
Well, there was two sides of the alley, and basically, if you rented it, you got one of the entire pubs to yourself, basically, which was
again
great.
that was quite. I mean, that could be quite cramped, but it was fun to begin with. But then they, as you say, they fucked us around. So,
well, it's the same with the Imperial, where we had I can't remember what was we had a booking for. I think it might have been your birthday, love, and and that's why it was on my birthday. It was someone, and we made a booking, and you actually stood there, didn't you? And they denied that we'd made the booking at all. And you went, "What, you mean this booking?" And it was like. The booking actually, the email with the booking said ring this number, and you actually rang the number and the phone rang, and you went, "What, you mean this one? This booking that you're denying that you've actually ever had?"
Yep.
The Imperial is just shit, and if I never have to step foot in that place again, it'll be too fucking soon.
It is the Winchester. It is the Winchester.
No, it's not the Winchester. It's not anymore. Fuck the Winchester. We're not.
No. You misunderstand me, my son. You misunderstand me. I'm talking about the Winchester from Simon.
Is it you?
It's him. No, but Simon Pegg's is the girlfriend he has in that.
Yeah.
How she looks at the Winchester. That is how I look at that place.
Yeah.
Now.
But I think in both cases, it's either a question of new management or just old management becoming shit. There was a time when they were good.
Yeah, I mean, we had bar stuff we knew in there. What was it? There was there was that woman that worked behind the bar for quite a while who, she kind of knew who we were.
Yeah.
And then she disappeared, and like all the mates disappeared, and then they replaced them with another bunch of people who we didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, we just got to hope there are some pubs that still exist when lockdown ends that aren't Wetherspoons.
Yeah. Because
I'm never going into Wetherspoons again. No, it doesn't get any more of my money. That's it. Fuck Wetherspoons. Fuck it in its ear roll.
Yep.
Nope, not at all.
But yeah, the Sundown. Once lockdown's lifted, I think we should try that one out, because as long as they serve ale, I think we're onto a winner there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a nice place. It's just off of Covent Garden. It's just up the road and along from there.
The Sundowner, was that the one me, you, and Amber went in?
Yeah, we met with Colin there, and then we acquired those glasses.
Yes. I like acquiring, inverted commas. I like acquiring sort of like new and interesting beer glasses.
Yeah. From
places. I had I went to a certain German chain of pubs near where I used to work, and they used to have. I'm not I'm not joking. If you melted these glasses down, they could probably, in fact, Pete, they could probably keep your church in stained glass windows for a good long while. That's how. I'm not joking. These were steins, right? They were like about 8 pints in this one glass. That you could kill someone just by tapping them on the head with this thing.
Yeah,
the glass was
like a good idea, but after a while, your wrist.
Yeah, we've got steins at home, but the problem is that when they're full of beer, they're bloody heavy, and after a while, you're just there with 2 hands, and it's like you're a fucking baby with a bottle, because you're holding it with 2 hands to try and drink it, because it's too heavy for just one.
Exactly. It's like the beer equivalent of a broadsword, of a bastard sword, actually. It's that sort of, half a ton of steel in a bloody weapon. Yeah. So, I think they obviously melted down a good few windows to make those glasses.
But
I can't remember what the bar was called.
I found visiting pubs back when, like in the summer, when you could go to the pub. Mm-hmm. Some of them, the ones that I used to go to near my work, have gone, okay, we're going to do these things. This is what we're going to do to keep you safe. It's fine. Some of them, I used to really like them, and they're just shit.
Yeah.
So the Anchor, which is not far from where I work. So I work near Southwark Cathedral, Bankside. Mm-hmm. There's the Anchor pub, and it's a really big pub, and it's got 3 different bars and loads of little nooks and crannies. So you would think that they get things right. They'd be like, okay, these people go to this bar and they're not mixing with the people in that. Do you know what I mean? You'd think that they'd be able to sit outside. Yeah. What happens is you book a table and you go and they try to persuade you to go to their new outside area of shit and wrong. And if you go to their new outside area of shit and wrong, there's only 3 things on the menu, which is chicken, chips, and shrimp, and fuck all else. And by the time you've gone there, and all the alcohol, because you're outside, is served in shitty plastic cups like your fridge.
Can't stand the plastic cups.
You put it out, and you're like, I did book a table. Can I come inside? No. And from what I can tell, no fucker gets to go in the actual fucking pub. They're all outside being served, either not bothering or being served shit food they don't really want because there's only 3 things in the menu, drinking a limited drinks menu from fucking 3-year-old plastic cups.
Do you know what? They say it's a pint glass, but I think that's why they shift everybody out there, because they're not exactly...
No, they're not.
A pint.
And not only that, the menu, I'm not joking, it looks like something a kid should be colouring in. The way they've done it. It's like, where's the fucking crayons?
Well, can I just hold on, just to interrupt you there? I think Andy has finally achieved invisibility.
Yeah.
Look, there we go. Look at that. It's amazing.
Engage cloaking device.
He has, yes.
I'm the invisible man. I'm the invisible man.
I do actually have an idea. Talking about cloaking devices and stuff like this. See, I'm thinking of this. You remember that meme I put up of the woman who had, hey, look at my Klingon bird of prey tattoo?
Yes.
I've got an idea for something like that. If I was going to have a tattoo and I was going to have a Klingon bird of prey, I'd have it done in the the neon affecting tattoo paint.
UV light.
The UV light. So the only time you actually saw it was when you put a UV light on it. So it's kind of like coming out of a cloak. You see?
Nice.
You can have that one. All right.
I'm not having that one. I promise you. No.
You're not?
I'm not having a tattoo. I'm bad.
I'm looking forward to you getting it though.
No, I'm not actually getting it. I wouldn't have a tattoo. Reese had a tattoo, and it just shows how much of a stronger person she is than I am for having a tattoo, because I am a complete and utter wimp.
No, me too. So, I'm not having one. It's like you can choose to put yourself through pain to have a picture on your body. I'm like, no, just give me a felt tip. I'll be fine.
It's called.
I got a friend, Elton, called Michelle Lally. I down on know her.
Yes,
I do.
You
need to do an episode on Shonky Lab about tattoos with her, because she has the most amazing tattoos. Absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Head to toe in some amazing tattoo artwork. So you should get her on at some point to talk about that.
I have no problem appreciating other people's tattoos.
Yeah.
Yes,
because
indeed.
other people have had the pain. And I can sit there and go, that's an amazing tattoo. I really love it. It's just I'm never going to have it myself.
Incidentally, just because Ree was doing some research before getting her tattoo, watching an awful lot of like tattoo artist stuff on YouTube. Do you know what getting a tattoo on the face is called? Or, when you have it like near your eyes or like, actually on your face?
Bukkake?
No, it's called a life ender or a career ender, because you don't really get employed if you've got a tattoo on your actual face. That's the thing. It's quite
It's a statement, isn't it?
It's quite there's quite a stigma about it. You can have tattoos anywhere else. You can have them all up your neck and God knows what else, and you'll be fine. But you have one tiny tattoo on your face, and that can affect your life. So,
having said though, this is some amazing. I was that guy. I can't remember what his name was, but he had like tattoos all over his face that looked like a skull, and his brain exposed. Amazing. And I saw an ad once where he was showing off this concealer.
He was a bank
stuff.
manager, yeah.
This concealer where, as he took it off, his tattoos got exposed, and you wouldn't have spotted them at all. It was amazing. It was just fantastic.
Wasn't there that guy that had a full English tattooed on his head?
Did he?
What, breakfast?
Full English breakfast tattooed on his head. Yes. No, I don't think
that's a life choice right there.
I don't think there's much of a stigma now.
I'm officially old. Well, not officially old. I'm older.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to
you.
Happy birthday.
Worship me. Worship
me.
So what is it? 55 now?
No, not quite. Not quite.
Oh, okay. What is it? What is it now?
Little bit less. Little bit less.
54.
Little bit less.
No, but 53.
Little bit less.
You're younger than me. But what I want to know is, are you 40 yet?
Nope.
So I don't care. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I am entering my final year of my 30s this year. This is it.
So you're 39 now.
Officially 39 and 1 minute.
So this is your 40th time around the sun. So it's kind of your 40th year.
It will be now, yeah.
Yes, when people ask how old I am, I say 39. You see how that
works? Are you going to do the David Brent thing when people ask you your age? You go, well, I'm in my late 30s. Are you going to say that? No?
Nope.
You're going to wear it. You're going to be loud and proud. And,
well,
I'm 39.
One of the things you might have noticed is when you get to usually above 21, people stop asking you how old you are.
Yeah, they also stop asking you what your favourite dinosaur is as well. It's just what's all that fucking shit about?
T-Rex. It's obvious, but I mean, I like the classics,
Yeah, T-Rex, Triceratops, Stegosaurus,
Yeah. Ankylosaurus, Parasaurus,
Ananissus, Archaeopteryx.
My back is feeling Saurus. Yes.
Do you think he saw us? And of course, his dog. Do you think he saw us, Rex?
Nice.
Right.
Barney.
Barney? Oh.
Barney.
Yeah. Which is also a corner of a Silverstone racetrack, but that's for a different podcast.
The Barney.
Hang on. Yeah. I've just got a message on Skype. Hang on a second. What?
It's probably one from earlier on from me. Let me in, you bastards, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat. No, there was something just popped up there. No. I think I'm going to draw the episode to an end, but keep on Skype because it's only just become your birthday. So if we draw an end to this lovely chat down the pub that we've had, which I've really missed. And for anyone who's wondering what I'm like down the pub, I'm like this. I just sit here and just listen to people.
There you go, look.
Hey,
what happened there?
Yay! It's one of the React icons. You can do that, and it does that. Look, woo!
Okay, there you go, balloons.
So if you go down to where it says React at the bottom of the Skype window, you see it's got a cake with birthday candles on it. So there we go.
Hey.
Balloons.
React.
Oh, and I got a thumb up from Elton. There you go.
That's all he can manage.
There you go, balloons.
Yay!
There you go, slow clap.
That slow clap is very apt. Yeah, 2020. Slow clap.
Anyway, I'm going to finish it here. If anyone's wondering what I am like down the pub, it is like this, very quiet, just listening to these wonderful people just chitty chatty.
Unless you're talking about Roombas in a pyramid.
We have had that conversation, haven't we?
We did.
Wondering how it did the corners.
Yes.
It doesn't.
That was our conversation. Oh my God, yes, we did actually talk about that.
It's all coming back to him now. It's just like acid flashback.
That was a ship and shovel. I blame the ship and shovel for that.
Fucking ship and shovel.
Yeah.
Ship and bloody shovel.
Anyway, so thank you everyone who's downloaded this and listened to us on the YouTubes and stuff like that. So thank you very much for that. Guys, do you want to plug any wares that you have? Amory and Pete first.
Oh, well, there's the old broadcast thing, both Star Trek, we're doing Discovery at the moment, and also Broadcast Galactica, where we're really in the really dark stuff of BSG at the moment.
Very dark. But, we lighten the mood by talking about the joys of having a poo.
Yes, that was the main topic of conversation last time.
Excellent.
Which, as you get older, Andy, you find that, bowel movements become slightly more satisfying, or at least some of them anyway.
Oh, well, something to look forward to in the years to come then.
Yes.
Maybe you could do the podcast, and discuss the, ratings of various bowel movements.
I'm sure that's what we'll degenerate into eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Darren, you've been saying you need another project to do alongside Black Dog. This seems like an obvious one for you there. So.
Well,
Black Dog.
Hey. It could be. Yeah, that's a top choice idea there.
Andy, what do you do on the internet? Please help. Quick, now, go.
Well, if you enjoy listening to us all talking bollocks, you can hear me and Lee, not Lee, Lee, but usually me and Elton at Rogue 2 Media, where we talk about Formula 1 cars and The Expanse and other bollocks there. I also do The Great Derelict, which this week had Lee on it and Jen, where we talked about Mass Effect for 3 hours, and we still didn't cover half of what we were planning to. So yeah, there's that. But that's also over at rogue2media.com.
And nobody helped Darren out on the website. Darren, what do you appear on?
Well, mainly Crime Watch. As a thing. Old joke, Darren. I'm on the Black Dog podcast.
Really?
Actually.
And where can people find that?
They can find that on their most favourite podcast. No, it's blackdogpodcast.com.
Have you still got my post-it note up?
What, the rewrote me? Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you to everyone who's listened and got through this. We hope that lock-in has helped in some sort of way. We'll try and do another one of these very soon, just depending on where I'm living and what's going on at the moment. So until next time, please leave quietly. This is a residential area.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. That's